Alright, good evening, folks. I'm actually here now. I thought we were going to start way earlier, and then I ran into some technical difficulties. Anyways, we're here now, finally. So, we're doing a hat trick. That's the thing we've been doing. No surprise. We failed with our Dune last night, sadly. We got through one really good run, and then absolutely flubbed the second. So, we're now working on Talos instead. We finished Celestial Radiance, which is the melee weakness path. And so we still have to do Battle Cleric and Enchantress, which both shouldn't be too bad. They're both just like pretty solid paths. Good morning, King's team. Also, how you doing, Goldpoke and Garton and Fury? Thanks for being here, by the way. That said, so we used Aquas, which was fine. It did okay work for us. A Pyre of Savagery is not bad, especially if we end up like duping the same unit repeatedly. Bogworms and Herzls are definitely the best options for us, though. Feel a little bad that we end up using basically the same couple Pyres, but on the other hand, I'm never going to use Proto Heart Cage. I'm never going to use Entropy. I've banned Dominion. I've been trying to avoid Life Mothers, and I'm never going to use Malakas, so our options are somewhat more limited in there. Anyways, all that said, let's use Bogworms. It's not as necessary since, again, there is some overstacking in the clan. I did use Rising Rage already, so we are a little more limited there, but hey. Maybe Bogworm will cooperate today. Yeah, that would be nice. Okay, we're up against Entropy, which is fine. So we have Steelworker, which I'd already done before. Okay. Vent is fine. Selfless Sacrifice is good. Oh, and I forgot to change the Pyre. I thought I had, but never mind. Alright, well, whatever. We'll change the Pyre and properly do this. There we go. I thought I had clicked on Bogworm. Guess not. So what do we actually have? Avenger, Hidden Passage, and Windblade. Well, I don't really want the Hidden Passage with Bogworm. Windblade is fine. We would have wanted it with Celestial Radiance, if anything. Though even then, it's not actually that good, since it doesn't trigger until after combat. And like, there are ways to make it work okay with Talos, but usually I'm just going to kill everything during combat instead. Okay, so what do we have? We can take either of them. Okay. Well, Avenger doesn't really push me in any particular way. Just be clear, we didn't use Avenger, right? We just did Demonic Fledgling and yeah, of banner units we had Steelworker and Demonic Fledgling. Okay. I don't know. I don't have, like, particularly strong feelings one or another. I think we probably take Battle Cleric here. Yeah, I don't know. That's fine. I mean, is that really what I want? Also, we're up against Dominion this time. I'm actually going to go with Enchantress. Partly because the extra HP is definitely better into Dominion. We're absolutely taking Golden Idol. I'm never taking Capricious Reflection. Okay, so, and remind me, what actual cards do we have? We have Hidden Passage is the main thing. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do. Kind of want to do the Torch, but we're going to do the Inspire. Ideally, we keep the Avenger alive so we can get the Celebrate bonus later, but even if we don't, it's not that big a deal. We want to build up as much Valor as we can, both for the extra damage. Yeah, would have loved to have drawn this first. But also just for the extra armor. Yeah, I kind of want to use Talos to block a little bit, but she's not gonna do too well either. Okay, the stream is not janked up anymore. Yeah, I just had some technical issues to solve. Yeah, unfortunately, our Avenger is not gonna do so great. He might survive though. Like, we're gonna do fair damage into the boss, especially with the melee weakness. Yep, there we go. He's fine. And it's nice to have the other units get the Celebrate bonus as well, but like, the main thing is that Talos survives and he survives. And even then, there's a good chance I'm gonna pivot away from the Avenger. Warbler, we don't want. Windblade, we already have 2 of them. Deadly Plunge I might actually be willing to take. Since we're going to end up with a fair bit of extra HP, not to mention that I could also do like a Large Stone or something if I really wanted. I'm okay with taking Deadly Plunge. It's not a card I use often, but it's fine. We are already... No, this is not the one where we have the vent, because we had to reroll. Oh, well, I always forget that Talos herself gets the victory bonus. Yep, that she does. Oh, you failed Mystic Hammer or Dune, looks like. Yes, I did. Wasn't great. We died on Savagery Seraph because, I mean, we saw it coming from a ways away. I wasn't that far off of getting out of Savagery, but it didn't work, and I still would have had to beat the Titans. Though we would have had a better time against the Titans than on Savagery. Anyways, I'm debating whether I want the Hornbreak mainly here. It's not a card I often pick in Monster Train 2, and I do already have the Torches, but it's not a bad card. Could also just take the Vent. Might want to take the Vent. I guess we'll take Vent. I guess. I don't know. Okay, so... I think we just want to go here, look for unit upgrades, and maybe take Horned Warrior if it's available. Horned Warrior would also be good to keep for Battle Cleric, since gaining 6 attack on all units every turn is pretty good with the unit that automatically has multi-strike. But either way, we want to go here. I don't have anything that's like too exciting to Merchant of Magic. Like, we have Bogworm, and so hopefully we probably won't need the Hidden Passage. Getting Intrinsic on it, though, might be nice. Getting Remove Consume on Deadly Plunge could also be good. Okay. Rail Beater is also pretty okay. I think we're taking Horned Warrior here. Yeah, let's just do that. Now, the options are we put Titanite there, which I think is what we want to do, or we reroll. But I'm pretty happy to just do Titanite and maybe even Valor. Yeah, I'm okay with doing this. I'm not, like, wild about it, but it's decently solid for us. And it went on mid-floor, which is not helpful. We want only top or bottom floor, basically. And we're setting up this way so that he can hopefully end up in the back. I do actually want them to have haste. Because in case a collector spawns here next turn, I want to be able to kill it. I didn't really factor that in, though. But there we go. I was pretty sure we had it because as long as I can get his attack up just a tiny bit, then he's able to kill this guy in one attack from the melee weakness. And then I have just enough attacks to get the collector. God, I really just want to ascend you, and I can't. Oh, how good are the runs? This is the first one of the night because we started a bit late, so it's going okay. How's your day going? I forgot that would trigger the shift because I just wasn't even thinking about the shift. Either way, we're doing okay. We have some Valor. That's the main thing right here. Okay. And then we'll get rid of one of your damage shields. And then this should go okay. Yep. Doing alright. Getting towards the end of Hades 2 story, I think. Yeah, I've done the ending. I haven't done the epilogue yet, though, because I just had not advanced certain bonds too far yet and need to do that, so. But I've been playing a lot of Hades 2. Do I want Cleave? Kind of. I think we're gonna skip it. It is a very good card, though. We're definitely skipping those. I could take another vent. I don't feel like it, though. Merchant of Arms is good. Technically, we get some healing. I don't really care about the healing. Pretty sure we just want to take a stab at upgrading the Horned Warrior. Still holding off Hades 2 until I 100% finish Silksong. I'm a boss or two away. Yeah, I haven't found time to finish Silksong yet because I've been playing Hades instead, basically. I suppose I should check this. Oh, no surprise, we're not taking it. So do I want to Smidgestone you? Kind of not. I think I'm going to, but I'm going to be a little pissed off about it because of Bogworm. Because in the ideal world, we just don't need to worry about that with Bogworm. Because Bogworm just will cooperate and give us all the capacity we want. But also, there's a good chance that's not going to be the case. Large stone may be better. Yeah, but I'd have to re-roll and actually see the large stone. And who knows? I'm pretty okay with taking Smidgestone. It's fine enough for me. Like, I'm not wild about it, but it's fine. I don't remember what the Underlegion can be. I think it's Sap. And that's Rage. Yeah, do I want Gooey Flask? I'm gonna skip. It's not bad for me, and maybe should take it. I would really like some better option to put Valor on my frontliner. But we'll see what happens. Thanks, Bogworm. You're so helpful. I guess we'll just do like that. Yeah, I guess we'll just do that. Kill off one of the backliners, get a little bit of damage to stick to the Flagellant. Okay, we definitely want that on you, though I also do want that on the Horned Warrior, but it is vaguely important to me that... Oh yeah, you have a lot more HP than I think you do, because you got the Celebrate. Had I thought about that, I would have played you out instead of the other one, but I forgot that they have different health values. I mean, it worked out okay here, it's just that it would be nice to keep you alive, and that's not really going to happen anymore. Yeah, whatever. We'll do that and give that to you because you're the one who best makes use of it. The train steward's gonna die. Oh no, who cares? Good morning, Sal. Hope you're well. How's the weather? I see the Talos protocol is still in effect. That it is. And it's going okay. Right. Oh, I actually did this slightly wrong. Oh, well, it's not entirely true. Nonetheless, we're going to do this, and then we're going to put you there, and I'll take the 1 damage. I'm probably going to get rid of the the Spear Steward soon, but until I do, I may as well give them the bonus stats from Celebrate. It doesn't cost me much to do so. And there we go! Okay. Yeah, so we haven't used Blood-Soaked Arena. This is not really when we want it, but it is kind of helpful. One Horn's Tome is cool, except that I don't think I want it here. And Wings of Radiance is alright. It's a good card, it's just... I don't know that it really matters to me. Was in a much perkier mood until I went out to put my paper recycling at 7 a.m. only to see it had already been collected. Yeah. That's not great. I normally expect it to happen at around like 10 a.m. Sometimes it comes a little later, sometimes it comes a little earlier, but never like 7 a.m. Anyways, I don't think we want Blood-Soaked Arena. The only reason I'm vaguely considering it is just to give a little bit more survivability to the Avenger, but he'd still have to be the one actually getting the kill. Overall, we're just going to skip that. There are other things I can do. We're skipping on all these chumps. We already have what we need. We definitely don't care about capacity here. I think we're just taking Ember for now. And we go from there. There are a bunch of good artifacts. Pretty sure we're going here, though I don't know exactly what we're looking for. I'd be sort of okay doing Remove, Consume, Holdover, Deadly Plunge. We'll see what we're offered, I guess. I mean, I kind of want Steadfast Crusader, because even though I find it to be a generally underwhelming unit, using it with, Talos here is not that bad, since it gets a bunch of extra HP. It's an okay unit, it's just that, offensively it's pretty bad, and it's not... I don't know. It's just not the unit that I want it to be. But, regardless, that's fine. I guess we're doing this. Sure. So I could intrinsic hidden passage. I don't think I need to do that though. I guess we're gonna do that, and we're going to do that. I don't know. It was probably a waste of my gold for the most part. We do get a bunch of extra gold off of Golden Idol, though, so we're not hurting for gold. Okay, that started to cooperate. I think we're still setting up on mid-floor here, though, maybe. Right. Well, that's worth more than doing the torch, so that's what we do, even though Vent is not that exciting still. Yeah, my damage output is not great currently, just because I have no damage scaling. I'm relying basically purely on the stats that Talos gives. Which is working for now, and if I can dupe the Horned Warrior, which is what we're going to do, I will get a lot stronger. It's just not, like, crazy strong. Oh, wrong ordering. But fine. Yeah, I don't actually need to do that, so we're instead just going to give more Valor to the whole team. Since that is both survivability and offense. Yeah, I mean, like, we're tanking enough that our Avenger isn't losing any health, and we're just doing what we can to bulk up. Sorry, dudes. That is, like, my favorite thing to do. It's just so satisfying to watch as Corrin pulls them all to the bottom floor, only to doom them all to a horrible fate. You're not sorry. I mean, you're not entirely wrong. Okay. We're not taking Heroic Dive. We're not taking Lead Songbird. Don't think we want Be Gone, but it might be worth it. Since, again, I'm pretty weak on damage output. I'm gonna skip, though. We're gonna skip these, though maybe I should take the Rage Serum just for a little bit of Rage. The problem is that, like, 3 Rage falls off real fast. I do want the Merchant of Arms, but I think I really want that dupe. So we're gonna do the dupe. We are gonna wait, just in case this gives me Pyrostone Housing. It didn't. Do I want Shattered Halo? I mean, there's a lot of good rares. Like, Spike of the Banish would be okay for me. Not amazing, but okay. Eagle Heart is sort of okay. Sanctuary is pretty good. Can't take Death Metal Hymnist. Dark Deal is not bad. Rage Room I would like. Yeah, that's about it, though. I guess Spike of the Hellhorn is also sort of okay for me. Yeah, I don't know how well I'm going to put to use, but honestly, I will take Shattered Halo. let's get rid of some things. I don't really need the torches now, or at least not most of them. I will get rid of one of the Spear Stewards. And here we go. Well, don't love the Mark of Invasion, but so be it. These are... these are the corruption dudes, which is less exciting for me, but so long as we can build up enough valor, we'll be okay. So I can actually just do this. And dodge a lot of the corruption. He is still getting some corruption, but we can maybe get around that soon. Okay. We're not in too bad of shape. Yeah, I do have a net loss on attack power by doing that, but I still think it's worth it. Especially because the sap will wear off after not too long. Yeah, like I don't actually need the Deadly Plunge yet. It's there as a... It's there to help out in the future if we need it. Also, yeah, I kind of forgot that I should be moving Talos to Croc the Wind Blades, at least. It's not, you know, especially strong, but it's still something I can do. Okay, but with the Titanite and the Valor, our frontliner is avoiding damage. Sure, we'll knock off some of your Titan skin. I'm reasonably confident that somehow we'll manage, even with your heaping gobs of Titan skin. Also having the two triple striking, oh, we just barely get there. Like, it would have been okay if the Avenger died, but I'd really prefer he not die, and we just very slightly make it work. Anyways, what I was trying to say is having the triple striking Horned Warriors makes my wave clear needs a lot easier. Ta-da! Alright. Again, we could have managed missing a Celebrate proc, but it would have been sad. So the Cursed Twin Blade is nice, though we're not the best deck for it. Watch out, it's Quoto! Oh, he's dead. Yep. How you doing, Tom? Tomb of the Lost Path is good, but I think we're gonna skip. I kind of want the Dark Deal, and by kind of, I mean I think we want the Dark Deal. Just because, like, I've got a lot of HP. I don't have any healing. I don't have any, like, backline armor and all that jazz. But, you know, it does represent a fair bit of attack increase. And as we go further with Talos, we're just going to get more and more HP on everybody. Since right now it's an extra 10, and after this it's what? I actually don't remember. 20. Okay. I was going to say 15 or 25, and turns out, just split the difference. It's the Quotoist boss in the game. Yeah, that's a word for it. Again, not to, like, shit on people, but, like, I'm always baffled when I see someone complain about Quoto. Because there's some people who think that Quoto is, like, legitimately awful and want him nerfed or removed from the game. And that's such a wild take to me. Anyways, Merchant of Magic is kind of cute because I get to look for Holdover, Spell Chain, Dark Deal, or something like that. Or Holdover on Deadly Plunge. I think we just want to make another Horned Warrior, though. And then probably go here next. And then probably dupe again. Yeah. We want Celestial Cascade, even though, again, we're not really, like, the best at utilizing it. It's still good for us. I do think I want this, even though, again, it doesn't matter too much. Unfortunately, it's way too late for the Pyrestone housing, because I wouldn't be able to use it unless I go here, and that's just not happening. And we don't have any summon triggers, right? I'm not crazy. No. Okay. Well, some cool stuff that unfortunately does not matter to us. Admittedly, I could also make another Avenger if I wanted more, like, frontline blocking. I don't think I need to worry about that, though. Oh, whoops. I definitely don't want to put Talos there. I don't know if we want to set up on mid-floor or bottom floor. Kind of want to do bottom floor, though we would be sacrificing at least one of our stewards. Yeah, it'd be both of our stewards. And I guess Talos can fit here. But we could also just put her there to, like, pull away. And it's fine if the stewards die. Like, they don't matter, per se. Okay, yeah, this is the only problem with putting Talos down here immediately, is I knew that we still had Spear of Stewards to get. But again, it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm going to eventually remove them from the deck anyways. Like, if I'm holding on to any of these things, it would be a Shield Steward, since at least they're deployable. So helpful. I kind of want to do that so that I can get more damage from Kayle, but it just doesn't matter. Oh, what I did mean to do was move Talos up and then fly her back down to proc the Windblade. Forgot about that. Not that it matters, but technically it was the thing I could have done. Corrupt Seraph is going to be miserable. Yes, no. We've got sort of ways around it. Admittedly, I have not been preparing for it particularly well, but we'll see what I do between now and then. Yeah, the Inspires feel a lot better with Celestial Cascade. I mean, they're fine. Like, they're not an amazing starter card, but people are definitely, like, way too harsh to them. Alright, not that we need to do any of that, but now we murder Kayle pretty nicely. Ta-da! Okay. Okay. Do I want any of these? The answer is a solid kind of. Definitely not what I wanted. If anything, what I wanted was Sanctuary. And even that was kind of a maybe. I mean, like, Ally of the Ancients isn't bad. Again, if this weren't Hat Trick, I'd be taking a lot more of these cards. But part of the, you know, game plan of Hat Trick is to try to squeeze through with as little as I need. Even if some of the cards would be strong for my deck. Kind of want Ally. I'm gonna skip, though I might be being too conservative. We'll take the draw, I guess. Going here. Conservative, skipping is greedy, no. I mean, sort of. Okay, it's not really what I was hoping to see. Probably didn't need all those upgrades. I think I mostly need to just be thinning out the deck. Yeah, because there's no more Merchant of Magic. I can dupe one more time. I do have some ways to get through this. It's just gonna be a bit awkward. But my deck is fairly thin. Like we'll be fine overall. Supposedly. At least Bogworm cooperated this time. They have identical stats, so enjoy. Right. Alright, so now no one has to attack into the spikes. He still takes a little bit of damage before he gets his Valor up. We'll just move you out of the way so I don't feel bad about using my spells here. Since that somewhat defeats the purpose. That guy, you know, doesn't hurt the pyre. There's no downside to it. So, unfortunately, you fucks block my stuff. Okay. The Avenger is going to take a lot of damage, but this way I do get extra Valor, and I think that's worth it. Although he does lose a lot of life. Yeah, I don't think I need to worry about this. Like, I don't need the Revenge melee weakness to chew through these guys, so it's fine that I got muted. I would love to use the Deadly Punch to kill some of these guys, but they have spell shields. And that does not help. I mean, it's fine overall. We are just going to make it through with mostly just raw stats. And again, my deck is fairly thin now, so we mostly just draw the same stuff every, like, turn or two. It won't be as clean during the Titan fight and all that because of the Scourge cards, but still. Okay, that's all we need to do to get the win. I mean, we had the win, but this way the Avenger survives. So, there we go. Rax is definitely way easier on bottom floor. And again, we could have made it through by, like, losing a couple units if we had to, but it's nice when they all survive to get the Celebrate bonus. I mean, I kind of want Spike the Banish, but we're so late for that, and I don't have any way to upgrade it. I'm still going to take it, I think. It's not a priority pick on any of the other runs. Rage Room I do want. It's kind of late to be getting it, but I'll still take it, I guess. Okay. Everlasting Light is also quite good for us. Do we want it for the third run, though? I think maybe we're okay without it. But it is very helpful, and I do kind of worry about my situation. So we're definitely getting rid of a torch. Well, a little sad that we're going to end up using up the hidden passages. But it is what it is. Gonna have Ember problems unless we happen to get... it's gonna look weird. I am gonna take that because technically I have the Wind Blades. Ah, Artificial Pyrostone is exactly what we want. Also, I'll take Emote Tome because it's a universally good card. Okay, so in this new wonderful world, how do I feel about things? So I now have 9 Deployment Ember. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I need to decide what I'm going to make deployable. Could do the Rage Room. Could also do Everlasting Light. Yeah, I'll take that, I guess. And we are going to merge that with that. It's not, like, wildly exciting, but hey. I mean, I could dupe it instead of duping a Horned Warrior. Again, how much am I at? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think we're just making another Horned Warrior. Not totally convinced by that play, though. But that's fine. Alright, we're getting rid of an Inspire. We should overall be okay. Oh, yeah. I thought I had already made it deployable, and then I realized that was not lit up. And I think we're doing it on this. I do want the Rage Room, but that's easier to play out later. Okay, here we go. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you will get that one. Okay, so we troll him by starting here, and then we just run away. And then we have to decide what we want to dupe, and I think it's the Inspire. Because it costs nothing, and we get just a bunch of Valor across the whole team. And then we'll start empowering it. Okay, and then we hold on to the Hidden Passage. Okay, Rage Room seems good. I should have used that there, but I didn't. Also, I maybe should have done the Hidden Passage on Dominion, but that's okay. The main thing is that we're keeping this floor alive. I thought about duping the Dark Deal, but I didn't. Alright, you are getting a bit of corruption, but that's okay. You, on the other hand, are going to die, my friend. Which is sad, but... you know, he's outlived his usefulness, more or less. Yes, look at all that delicious Valor. And now, we're going to move you off of our floor. Once again, leaving our dude to die, but avoiding corruption as long as we can. Unfortunately, you return here, but I am prepared for that. Oh, actually, I do still want you on the backliner. And then let's... yeah, I have to do this first. And then we just get rid of all those guys. And exploded, dude. Even though technically not exploding them is probably better, because then I have more things to attack with the Rage Room and all that. But hey, here we are. Anyways, you may have noticed a general strategy here of send him out of our way every turn. Which is partly why I thinned out the deck, partly why I put Permafrost on the Hidden Passage, so I could do this if I needed to. He is still getting a lot of corruption from all the other chumps, and he's likely going to die during Relentless. But, you know, it is what it is. He does a lot of damage with that. Yeah, Galaxy Brain strategy. I mean, it's not like I'm the first person to do this, but yeah. It is a nice way to get around the problems, especially because the AoE corruption is disabled during Relentless. It still is active. Oh, I did kind of forget to shift Talos occasionally, but that's fine. Yeah, we got it so that he survives. Exciting. Yeah, totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, the AoE corruption is disabled during Relentless. But the doubling corruption on Strike is still active. So I was expecting the Avenger to die. Luckily, we were able to survive him. Or keep him alive so he gets the Celebrate bonus. But the main thing was just that we were trying to avoid the AoE corruption as long as we could. And there we are. How exciting. Well, that worked nicely. And then we should be okay against the Titans. Also, Emote Tome greatly speeds up Dominion if I want that. And god, yeah, our dudes are at just 128, 114, 90. Like, we get a lot of just free stats off of Celebrate Talos. I think I still want to be on bottom floor. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Like, maybe I could be on mid-floor. It's fine. We're not going to worry about it. Okay, so we definitely want that on you. And I think we just want to dupe the Inspire. Duping the Dark Deal is also pretty okay. But getting the Valor is overall more important to me right now. Well, that's annoying, but we'll just accept it. It's not... like... It is -8 to all of my dudes. But we make up for that pretty quick, especially once I draw into the Rage Room. But even as is, the Everlasting Light on a dude who attacks 3 times. And when we always have enough targets to hit with all of our dudes. Means it works out pretty okay. Okay, it would be nice to do more of the Inspires, but it is also nice just to get that rolling. And now I build up Rage on both the attacks and on the defense. Well, I take a lot of damage, but I do just survive, and so I think I'm okay with just taking the hits. Yeah, I guess I'll dupe the Pyrelight. Not making particularly good use of the Banish Spike, but that's okay. He does technically feed a bunch of Rage to all of my backliners. That's something. Right. And we hit him for a good 500 with that. He's down. Entropy's going down soon. Dominion is most of the way there. Yeah, I will make you guys stronger, but I think that's fine. Okay. I thought about moving this guy up. Like, we could have moved you up all the way here, so then you'd go up here to get attacked. Force out another attack with the minion, which would be kind of cute. I basically could just win on a little sooner. But, I don't know. As is, we're already finishing it right here, because Emote Tome just greatly speeds up this fight. Ta-da! There we go! Not a particularly bad run. Getting the Horned Warrior and getting them early, getting the extra multi-strike, all that was very helpful. I mean, most of the run we were just relying on raw stats. And again, it's a little bit of a shame to have to use up the Hidden Passage, but it was very necessary for us. Technically, they end at slightly higher HP, because it does count the extra HP from winning the Titan fight, which is always a little weird, because it functionally isn't actually ever there, but... And people always rag on raw stats. Yeah, I mean... Yes, they do, and they rag on Talos in particular. I mean, there's a lot less of it going on than there was, but especially in the first, month after release, people were constantly complaining about Talos. Celebrate Talos in particular where they're like, oh, she's just worthless, she's impossible to keep alive, the only way to run Talos is with Pyre of Dominion, yada 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 yada. And it's like, it's not actually that hard to keep her alive in the first battle. It's not that hard to keep most of your units alive in the first battle. And even if they die, it's okay to lose one of the, like, first Celebrate procs. Like, the value that she gives you over the rest of the run is still quite high, even if she's not contributing much in the battle herself. Like, it's a lot of free stats that she gives. And, yeah, it's weighted towards health, but that's generally more in your favor. Because it makes it much easier to survive Relentless, makes it easier to keep the units alive in general, makes it easier to just, like, tank Corruption or tank the sweepers from the Savagery fight, yada, 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 yada. It's pretty solidly good. Like, you definitely don't need Pyre of Dominion to make Talos good. She's just, like, again, she's not, like, S tier or even A tier necessarily, but, like, I place her pretty solidly B tier, maybe even A tier. She's just, like, pretty versatile, but same reason people sleep on health upgrade. Yeah, I mean, that's similar. In general, I find people don't highly enough value defense in Monster Train. Like, I've ranted about this before, but, you know, I constantly see people talking about, like, they need to draft a tank unit, or they lost because they didn't get a tank unit, or because their tank unit wasn't tanky enough. And it's like, you don't need an explicit tank unit. What you need is you need defensive scaling. That's what you need. Literally any unit can tank. You just need some way to build up their defenses. And it's like, you can put extra HP on things. It's fine to not go for all the maximum, like, raw offense. If it keeps your units alive, it's going to pay out in the end. Like, obviously there's some nuance to all that, but still. Anyways. People need just anything tankable, not the dedicated tank. Yeah, like, you don't need, like, Firebrand. You don't need Hulking Mass. Like, Hulking Mass in particular is probably my least drafted Lazarus unit. It's not even a bad unit, per se. It's just that it's a lot to ask for what it actually does for you in a clan that already has some of the best defense in the game. Also, what is the name of this path? It's Enchantress. All I could think was Celebrate Talos, and I knew that was the wrong name. So this is Enchantress. We used Bogworm. It sort of cooperated eventually. It actually did do what we needed eventually. Just early on, it was not helpful. We used up Horned Warrior, which is a bit of a shame. Again, we knew we were going to have to use Horned Warrior on either Enchantress or on Battle Cleric. It was just a matter of which one ended up taking it. So that's fine. So we had Avenger, and I believe that's all the units we used. And then for spells, we had Dark Deal, Spike of the Banished, Vent, Hidden Passage, and Deadly Plunge. And I think that's all of the spells. And then for rooms, we had... Is it just called Rage Room? Is that what it's called? Yeah. And then we had Windblade and... Why am I blanking on what the other one's called? Everlasting Light. Okay. So, you know, we used up a couple important things. Everlasting Light is a bit of a hit. Using Horned Warrior is a bit of a hit. Hidden Passage is a bit of a hit. But, like, again, we do need to use some of these to get through the runs. It's like, it's expected that I have to use some of this stuff. And we got through without using a lot of important stuff still. So, see how this goes. Okay. God, if I couldn't repeat artifacts too, that would be just so miserable. Okay, so we need to swap to a different Pyre. And what are we swapping to? So we're going to do Battle Cleric. which gets us a bunch of Valor to the whole floor. Heart of the Pact is okay. Time Father is a maybe. Herzl's Horde is good. Do I hear an increase in challenge? We're definitely not doing that. Partly because it's not really... Like, yeah, it would make it more difficult, but it also wouldn't really be interesting or fun. Yeah, what do we want here? I mean, Fierce Greed is good. I kind of want to take Savagery. Just because it helps me have a bit better offense at the beginning of the battle, which might be important. Because, like, again, Battle Cleric does provide a lot of value as the fight goes on. It's just that on the first, like, turn or two, it does nothing. Because, like, I have to wait for the Valor to stack up some. But, you know, that might be doable. It really is just Herzl's or Savagery, I think. I think we're doing Herzl's. Especially because if I need to, then this allows me to take Capacity more easily and still put down a bunch of units. Okay, we're not up against Savagery, which is the main thing I was hoping for. Because, like, I could have dealt with it, it's just that it would have been the worst matchup for me. There's a lot of ways I could have made it work, but it is a lot easier for me to handle something like this. Oh, Malika gets no love. Well, Malika's pyre needs to be a better pyre for that to get some love. So as a reminder, I believe we already used up Divinity, right? So we used Divinity and we used Avenger. We have not done Ritual Battles, so we are not going to upgrade the Avenger, and I don't know, we'll try to avoid using the Divinity, but whatever. Although I should check. Yeah, it's not actually here, so it's a moot point. Because I need Battle Cleric. Do we have Battle Cleric this time? We do. Okay. I always forget on the third one, I need to actually, like, look at the champion path before I can evaluate anything. So. Branded Warrior is a thing. Not my favorite unit. The Upbeat Warbler is kind of interesting, except for the part where I don't have enough capacity. And I don't have access to Hidden Passage, and I don't have access to Rising Rage, which are the easy ways to ascend it. I still could use something like Tiresome Climb to ascend it. What Heroic Dive, I think, is the one. I always get Heroic Dive and the other one confused, because they have a similar effect, but one actually descends and the other doesn't, and they have similar art. Whatever. I could also use, you know, Tome of the Banished, or whatever that's called. Point is, there are ways in which I could overstack. It's just that they're harder, and I don't know that we really want to do that. Obviously, I could also just avoid flying Talos down immediately, but then we're missing out on Valor gain for turns, and that's just not really acceptable. Just need a flying, endless, multi-strike branded and mirror room to make it work. We good for tomorrow? Well, then you should text me that, my friend. Ooh, sketches. Sketches is pretty good for us. Wing Steel is also pretty decent. Definitely not as good in Monster Rain 2 for a lot of reasons. I think we're taking Sketches. like, we are going to have some problems, but for the time being, at least, it's pretty useful for us. It's just that I kind of would like to be setting up on, like, top floor, but we'll see what we can do. Oh man, listen to that sweet, jazzy tunes. Okay, so. Yeah, so you're taking 2 damage because you're attacking in there. Doesn't really matter what we torch. And then it all keeps just stacking up. Actually, probably want to do that differently, because if we... Like, I still take 1 damage this way, but then we kill another guy. And we get a Scourge card, whatever. It's not that bad. Alright, and the Branded Warrior is getting some slays for us, which is nice. And then, unsurprisingly, we just kind of beat Uriel to death. Ta-da! Okay, not a bad first battle. Okay, honestly, Liquid Courage is better than I used to give it credit for. Still not, like, an amazing card, but turns out anything that says Damage Shield on it is still pretty good. Selfless Sacrifice, I think, is what we're taking. Because we haven't used that still, right? Yeah. Pretty sure we want Selfless Sacrifice. Yeah, we'll take that. We are not taking those. Technically, kind of could be cute with sketches. Just not worth it, though. Now, what do we want to do here? I was going to say I'd be happy to look for, like, Firebrand, though if we end up doing quick on our units with the Warbler, that's a lot less impressive. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to do units. Sword Maiden could be okay. I'd have to get a lot of equipment, but we also have Herzl's Horde, which gives us a lot of deployment number. Battle Dancer would be fine, not particularly exciting, but fine. Steadfast Crusader would be okay. Firebrand would still be okay. Not the best use case for it unless I want to drop the Hymnist. Which I could, but, you know, not sure that I want to. But it might be worth it. And then over here... Couldn't take Horned Warrior. I'd be pretty happy with, like, Rail Beater. Couldn't take Steelworker. Yeah, I don't know. There's some okay things. And Merchant of Magic does give me the ability to retool the Selfless Sacrifice and the Ritual Battle, which are both good. But I think we still want to get this going. Especially because we don't get another Merchant of Steel till after Archeon. I don't hate it. So we can't take the Demonic Fledgling. It's just a matter of whether we want the Firebrand. And I think we do... Though again, like, we're probably just not going to be getting good value out of that unless I stop using the Upbeat Warbler, which we could. Firebrand replaces Avenger. Yeah, we don't actually have Avenger because that was on the one where we had to reroll because we didn't have Battle Cleric. Either way, we'll take the Firebrand. And then I think what we're doing is multi-strike on you. Um... Not like wild about it, but that's the thing that exists. Also, do I want rage on you? Because it's an extra 24 attack. Which puts us at 44 times 2, which is honestly not a bad start. Torch is fine to use on Firebrand. Fair point. I don't really like this upgrade, but like it might honestly be good. I think we're gonna skip though. If we really want that later, we can do it. Well, Mark of Invasion, so be it. Although we might not get quick this way, but that's fine. I mean, already was kind of a, it was a roll, because we do have these Spear Stewards as well. But that's fine. It just means that the Firebrand will bulk up now. Okay, there we go. Get the Collector. We're still killing everybody. And our team continues bulking up thanks to the Branded Warrior doing some solid work for us. I kind of want to self-sacrifice you and then fly you back so that we can use you for blocking later if we need to. Hey, you know what? We'll do that. And then we'll just give the Valor, because why not? I'm reasonably confident we're not going to need those damage shields. Like, this boss can be a pain, but also, we're pretty strong as is. Battle Cleric is another one where I hear people complain about it all the time, acting like it doesn't do anything for you in the early game. Or even in the late game, but especially in the early game. It's like, even at Valor 2 per turn, like, I've already got 4 units on the floor. And, like, that's pretty decent. It's pretty good. Jeez, people complain too much. I mean, to be fair, it's also because I just spend way too much time looking at the Discord and Steam. And talking about this game, but I mean, whatever. You're always going to find people complaining on the internet. Oops. Well, we can't take a Windblade, and I'm pretty sure we can't take Challenge. No, we can. Did I forget to record that? I don't think so. I think I'm just confusing with a different run. Regardless, we're not taking the challenge. We will take another Selfless Sacrifice, even though it comes with an Ember. How's the runs going? Pretty decently. The Battering Ram is kind of cute. I don't think we actually want it right here. Can't take Hidden Passage, and it's just a matter of, do we want Fortified Pauldrons? I don't think we do want Fortified Pauldrons, even though it is a pretty low ask. I mean, if we did end up seeing, like, Sword Maiden, I'd be pretty happy with that, but there's no Banished Banner here. And so, like, our last chance to see it would be from Archaon, which is whatever. And I'm also pretty okay with a Branded Warrior at this point. It's not like my ideal unit by any means, but you know, it's a thing. I would love to take Hidden Passage here, but we can't. Also, how you doing, Tom? Um, I don't know. It's just really, do I want the Fortified Pauldrons or not? It's a reasonably good card, and it feels like such a low investment take that I feel kind of like I should do it. I like my complaining and rant form, specifically from Sal. I'm glad that I can deliver such quality, personalized content for you, Tom. I don't know. Fortified Pauldrons is good. Let's take it, I guess. Okay, so Merchant of Arms is solid for us. For a number of reasons. But I think we're going to go here. I also do need to start removing some units. Yeah, I would love to do remove consume after we had -2 the ritual battle. I don't hate Rail Beater. I kinda want to pivot to Rail Beater, but I think mostly we're pretty okay with the Branded Warrior. Mostly it's just like the Branded Warrior already has multi-strike on it, and that's pretty good for my needs. I could technically also just take the Rail Beater and then take like a bunch of capacity, maybe. Because how many times am I reasonably gonna dupe the dude? Turns out, could be quite a few times. It's just like, on one of the runs we were doing last night, I think it was, there were only like 2 dupes on the entire map. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, almost back to back to back to back. Alright, we'll skip. I do kind of want the Rail Beater, but so be it. Do I want this? Kind of. I think the answer is yes. The problem is I also want to minus cost this. And I'd love to do more than that, but I'm broke, so. And then there's even more dupes, you say. This is partly why I was doing the upgrades first, and why I was hoping to get more substantial upgrades going. Great question. Might just want to dupe the Selfless Sacrifice. Might want to do the Ritual Battle. Could also do the Fortified Pauldrons. I lean towards, I think, just another Ritual Battle. But not 5 of them. Just the 1. If I had Volatile Gauge, maybe, but I don't. Admittedly, I basically never take Volatile Gauge. Okay, so I think we still want to be setting up on top floor and just hope that we get the Warbler up there. I mean, it's fine if we don't. Like, with the Firebrand, it's not a big deal whether we have it or not. Not duping irresponsibly feels bad, man. Understandable. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. I do want to play the Calcified Ember, but I think this is reasonably good for us. Okay, so we don't actually need the Fortified Pauldrons on the Firebrand, which is partly why I was hemming and hawing over taking it in the first place. Because with the Valor, it doesn't really help us like stack up armor, whereas putting on a backliner does actually contribute. So I could put this here so that he could then kill. Although, how much are you actually getting? Only 2 Valor per hit. Yeah, so I could do that, but it feels wrong not to just keep bulking up the guy who is doing more for us. Okay. We are going to do this and prepare for the future. Because this is massive damage to Archeon, and we might need some damage shields to slow him down. We are going to get rid of the Calcified Ember because I want to get rid of the Calcified Ember. I think we'll be fine as is. Yeah, unsurprisingly, we're good. They don't even crack all of the armor on the Firebrand. And there we go. Ta-da! Okay. Well then. I do still wish that Reinforce was AoE and not a single unit. Blood-Soaked Arena is kind of nice. I don't think we really need it, but I'm not totally against it either. Yeah, Tome of the Lost Path I'm also eyeing. That's the one I'm mostly leaning towards. Just because being able to overstack the floor is so good for us, it also takes away some of the pressure for me to take capacity. So I'm pretty happy to take Tome of the Lost Path, I think. You don't say. So the problem with Consumer of Crowns is its ability doesn't do anything for me because I don't have imps to sacrifice. Like, it's a cool rework of the unit, but it doesn't actually do anything. Take for the raw stats. I mean, I'm considering it. Because, like, if I'm just going to start overstacking the floor with any old unit and all that, Consumer of Crowns is fine if it's a unit that I'm just essentially ignoring. Alpha Fiend is cute, but it has a lot of problems for us, and I can't take Horned Warrior, otherwise it would. Like, honestly, sure, I'll take a Consumer of Crowns. And I think I'm taking Ember. I was going to do other things, like I was going to take Capacity here, but I think we're taking Ember because I have some high-cost spells that I'm struggling to play. How you doing, Glacier? We're going here for sure. Although I really want Merchant of Magic. Which we don't get the next one till there. God, okay, well, that's fine, I guess. Okay, well, do I want multi-strike on a Branded Warrior? I think I do. Talos 3, or did you have to start over? It's Talos 3. Gonna get imps in the next fight, definitely. I mean, we don't want them, even if they're offered. Yeah, so that's going there. It's either that or we would have taken, like, Smidge Stone. Imp in a Box, Consumer of Crowns run. The problem is that we need capacity to play the imps as well. And that's just not really fitting with our needs. Honestly, that's fine. I maybe just do this. Like, the dualism is cute, but there's a very real possibility I'm just gonna start doing quick, and then dualism, like, doesn't do much for me. I guess it does give me extra Valor at the start as well, because I already gave the 8 Valor upgrade. Like, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, fine. We'll do it. I don't know. I probably should have just taken the large stone. Battle Cleric 2. And then I need to decide what the fuck I'm doing. Alright, let's make it a second Branded Warrior. The problem is I don't have capacity for all this yet. We'll see what we get. My deck is a bit of a mess. Mostly pretty good. Kel is sort of gonna fuck me, but, you know, somebody had to. Oh, yeah, and I forgot that I have the pauldrons for exactly this sort of situation. So at least we can mitigate that some. It's honestly weird to see Consumer Crowns on my team. It's just not a unit that gets used all that often. Honestly, I'll give you the damage shields for now. I was gonna say I really want to do the Calcified Ember, but I also want to do the Tome of the Last Path. Turns out I can do both. Oh, I put you in the wrong spot. Doesn't really matter, but fine. And I can fix that next turn if I need to. But here we go. Just beating the whole world to death. Alright. Oh no, we've got a little bit of corruption. However shall we handle such a horrid fate? Ta-da! Yeah, our deck is working out pretty well. I mean, I do kind of want lead Songbird. I could pivot to it. It's not a bad play for us, really. I mean, it would be in place of using the Warbler. But I do kind of want it. Might be better. I mean, it's greedier. I think we're still gonna do it, though. Technically, I maybe could do both, but we're not gonna do both. We're gonna go here. I should have looked at the shop first, by the way. Also, Shield Wing is also pretty decent for us. Kind of. We do want Steward's Quarters, though. Because then it makes it so I can play out the Branded Warriors, both Branded Warriors on the same floor with the Firebrand. And that is legitimately helpful. The weapons cache is also kind of cute, but I am not visiting other Merchant of Arms after this, probably. I think I just don't need to care. And I probably don't need to worry about Zone of Silence too much. Kind of. It's a bit of a problem, but I think we'll be okay. What was I doing? Honestly, don't remember. I think you're just removing some things. Okay, I will come back to that in a moment. For the time being... I think right now we're duping another Horned Warrior. Whoops. And so... And that would be the total amount of units I could have on a floor. Because it would be 1, 2, 3 warriors, 4, 5, 6 with Talos, and then 7 with the Songbird. Which is probably okay. And then we can dupe the, what's its fucking face? Tome of Lost Paths. Or the... yeah, blanking on my words. Anyways, we can dupe the Tome, or we can dupe, like, defense and stuff soon. Okay, thought that'd be enough. Since you now don't die to the spikes, which is the main thing. Dupe another consumer for fun. I mean, I considered it, it's just... Here we are. They make such sad sounds when they take damage. The poor little hymness. Okay. This will be a little silly. Yep. I forgot that I hadn't triggered that since they added that tutorial. It's just telling me that I overwrote one ability with another. But anyways, we did that so we could fly him up here so he can beat this to death, and then we can still get a collector. We'll do that just for the safety of it. And then we're just swimming in rage. Delicious, delicious rage. And a non-small amount of valor, too. Oh no, it's Quoto! However shall I handle such a mighty, terrible threat? His 40 Titan skin really matters. A flying consumer of crowns is indeed a horrible menace, yeah. Oh, man. Okay. I mean, we could just take another tome here. I guess I'll do that, even though it kind of is probably not going to be as helpful as I want. The battering ram is kind of cute. It's not really what we need. I might take the branding right. I think mostly it's a skip, though. Okay, we definitely are going here. Though it would be nice to upgrade some units and stuff, but we have Merchants of Steel coming up. And we definitely want to hit Intrinsic. No, that's not what we wanted. I mean, it's not bad for us, because, like, we'll do this, I guess. And we'll get a little carried away, and we'll double stack this. But what we really want is Spell Chain and Intrinsic. Ta-da! Exile's Diadem also could have been cute. Not cute now, doesn't matter, but that's fine. I don't know. Have a -1, I guess. Oh no, it's Kale. What a mighty foe. Damn, this was one good vendor. It was very good for us. I will definitely agree with that. Okay, so you're there, there. How you doing there, June, August? The government banned Discord where I am? Well, that's real fucked up. Yeah, we're just gonna review. Alright, we're at the 7-unit limit. What a mighty floor that is. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't need more tomes at that point. I basically just need the spell chain intrinsic one. Like, my team is pretty self-sufficient. We've got decent tanking and all that. I will probably need damage shields for you later. We're working on it. That's a thing. Especially because I never gave you Titanite. But like, these guys do a lot of damage and fuel the rest of the team. Unfortunately, they need slays, not just like strike like a Paraffin Enforcer would. And then Talos is also giving, you know, 4 Valor to everyone every turn, soon to be, I think, 6. Which, since I've got 7 units on the floor, does represent a lot of free damage. And a bit of defense, too. Like, Firebrand, I think, went from 57 Valor to 91 over that turn, which is pretty cute. I was like, why are you taking damage? Like, you shouldn't be. And then I realized it's because Kale's dying, so you're not refreshing the Valor armor. Large Stone Consumer works as the second line if it comes to it. Yep. If we need it. So I could take the Bloodsoaked Arena. I think we're just taking Cursed Windblade. I think we just want the draw? Maybe? Maybe? I mean, I've still got a lot of expensive stuff, but... yeah, we'll just take the draw. That's fine. We're gonna go here and dupe, I guess. Or I could go here and make something deployable. How much deployment ember am I actually using? I've got 10. So we're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're just using 5 of it. So I could, like, fuse Twin Blade to the Fortified Pauldrons and then, like, deployable that. It's not the worst. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. Or I could make weapons cache deployable. Well, let's see what this is first. Well, I can't do Spike of the Banished. I can do either of the other two. I mean, there's a good chance that Awoken Railspike ends up not hitting too many good things for me, but it's still probably worth taking. Or just get Inferno Room, not to deal with Silence Guys. Yeah, kind of. The problem is that I sort of have to be on bottom floor, but also that I kind of want to be taking hits from enemies more or less. Although I might be taking too much damage because those guys do 12 damage each, which is a problem. It's really just that I need to be hitting the selfless sacrifices early. I don't know, I'll take this. There's a good chance it ends up not being incredibly good for me since I can't upgrade it. It's still a good card either way. Anyways, the question is just, do I want weapons cache? And I think the answer is no. I could take Stasis Crystal just to be cute and block Savagery's damage. I think we're not going to worry about that, but I could. Especially if I had taken the weapons cache, I could just use that. Which I thought about it. I probably should have. But I didn't. It's fine. Okay, I'll wait to get rid of things. Actually, I'll get rid of the Warblers now. Stasis of Bird as a blocker is good too. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was talking about, but we're just not going to worry about it. Okay, so that goes there, there, and then Warrior 1, 2, 3. There we go. Oh, there we go. I forgot that I need to get Talos down here too for a moment. Meh, that's fine. Alright, Firebrand does get a little bit of corruption, but it does not matter. And then we are just going to absolutely murder each and everything that we've ever cared about in this world. We give the flight to you, I guess. So we can start building up some damage shields if we need them. Unsurprisingly, my team is doing okay. Given that I have a lot of attacks. And I do a lot of damage. Admittedly, I probably don't need the Cursed Twin Blade one up front, but that's okay. Also, I can just fix that if I want to. By doing that. I get a little bit of corruption buildup, but 12 corruption to 99 valor seems to be going in my favor. Yeah, again, my deck is fairly self-sufficient. It's really just going to be like the first turn or two during Entropy. Well, during Seraph, I should say. Since I need to make sure that the Firebrand doesn't outright die. Because after that, I'm pretty good. Also in the Titans, I have to wait a turn before I have anything to kill. Kind of want Wings Radiance. It mostly doesn't matter. I'm going to take it even though it is the wrong decision. And then I can't take Rage Room. Branding Right is... I forgot that they changed it to only do 3 damage instead of 5 it used to be. I'll take a Branding Right, I guess. And yes, I know I'm not pulling up the tracker, but that's because I know those cards are not on that. Pyrostone Housing is not something I hate to see here. Okay, interesting. And I think we're going to take that as well, though I'm getting low on resources now. So I could do this now, which then means that whether I see Titanite or Large Stone, they still both work. And if I don't see Titanite or Large Stone, then we get annoyed. Okay. Alright, well that basically solves any problems that I had. Yeah, may as well give you dualism. Enjoy. Well, let's get rid of some torches, since I mean, very few things matter for me at this point. I kind of want to do the Wings Radiance. It's either Wings Radiance or it's the Selfless Sacrifice. But let's do the Wings Radiance, even though it is verifiably unnecessary. Silence dudes are going to annoy me, unfortunately, but they'll be manageable. Right, so you are there. And there. I knew I had a plan. Forgot what it was for a moment. It's all good. Everything's fine. Okay. And even Talos is enhanced by the Celestial Cascade, which is nice. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that and just do that. Yes, you take a little bit more damage now. I'm gonna guess I can do that. There's not really any reason not to. And then Range Steward number 1 gets one shot, and we just gotta live with that. Yeah, unfortunately, you're a jerk, and we just kind of got to deal with that. Yeah, that's not going to work. Turns out, can't make the enemies too strong. No great surprise there. What we are going to do, though, is we're just going to move you in front, although it turns out that's still too strong. Alright, well, it's a bad turn for us, sadly. I guess you're getting some valor, my friend. But yeah, unfortunately, the Firebrand doesn't get any of the extra valor from that turn. Which still pays off more or less now, but it is disappointing. Well, we'll just give you some melee weakness. Yeah, I was kind of afraid of that. Well, if need be... Oh, you don't have flight. I was thinking that you did. I mean, I could sacrifice you. I do make my team notably weaker doing that, but I think that's still worth it. Yep, didn't think that would work. Turns out, getting silenced on turn 2 really does have an effect on me. Alright, well, time to be a bit weaker, but a lot of my power still comes from the Rage, not the Valor. So, it's okay. Poor bird dies. This way we at least get more rage, since he'll dive earlier into the attack sequence. So I get more of the Slay rage. Alright, well, we almost kill him. Yeah, once again, can't do that. Just testing, but turns out we're on a fine line between survival and death. Unsurprisingly, given that the backliners hit for a lot of damage. Yeah, could have used more of these earlier. I mean, they're worthless for me now, but still. I guess we came out with one remaining damage shield, but again, all the good that actually does me. Well, either way, we're still pretty decent on this. And we just kind of murder him. Our offense in particular, very good. Our defense, sort of good, has some holes. But we should be fine against the Titans. Like, yeah, I'll take some pyro damage, but who cares? It just doesn't matter. Also, it does annoy me that even when I'm capable of doing a damageless Titan fight, I still generally don't want to, because it's just so miserable to have to, like, wait the many extra turns if you are dazing Dominion. Okay. So, you get to fly, you get to fly, you go there, you go there. You go there. Have some damage shields, and then unfortunately we get the sap. Oh well. I would hit you, but I don't actually want you to lose the damage shield. I mean, it doesn't matter a ton. Yeah, it's a shame that I don't have any minus costs in the Wings Radiance, but that's fine. And I could have just accepted the pyro damage to do the melee weakness, but it's okay. Yeah, I didn't really account for how I was going to deal with you. Yeah, that is a problem. Well, that's disappointing. That's fine. I mean, I could have set up on a higher floor, but hey. Shouldn't Dominion be the one receiving melee weakness? Yes, that is what we're going to do. I didn't actually do any melee weakness because I didn't have any Ember to play the mat. I could have also done Selfless Sacrifice earlier to save some of those dudes. Oh well. Well, that's fine. We lost a lot of strength because I wasn't really prepared for that. Oh well. We'll adapt. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, have a nice night and a nice weekend, Fury. Honestly, I kind of keep forgetting that today is Thursday. Doesn't feel like Thursday to me. But, you know, that's how it is. Okay, we're going to do that. We'll just give you a bunch of melee weakness. Also, I definitely should have duped the Selfless Sacrifice instead of duping the Wings Radiance. Haven't really been getting a ton of value out of the Wings Radiance. Would have gotten a lot of value out of the others. Doesn't matter either way. Also, if I really wanted to, I could have stopped some of the damage the last turn. Doesn't matter! There we go. Fight's over. Some clumsiness during the Titan fight, but, you know, we got there regardless. Anyways, that was a reasonably powerful run. A lot of things worked out pretty nicely for us. And that was pretty clean. At no point did I really feel I was struggling with any of the Talos situation. Despite how much people like to complain about Talos. Regardless, for the tracking sheet, there we are. And thus, we are up to 11 of 20 champions complete. Whew, boy. Okay, so now we gotta decide who we're doing next. I mean, I probably shouldn't leave all of the more boring champions to the end, like Wilden 10 and Prince, but I also don't really feel like doing Wilden 10 and Prince right now. Hi, cat. If anything, I do lean towards either doing Phoenix or going back to Ardoon since we, you know, died with Ardoon earlier. It's gonna be a shame that when we redo Battleborn, we're not going to get Moonguard again. But, alas. Maybe I want to do Phoenix? You want to see Phoenix? Alright, we'll do Phoenix. That said, I don't know offhand who I'm putting Phoenix with. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be Stygian, but just to double check. Like, Banish would be okay. Banish has a lot of good useful tools, has some good defense, has ways to buff Phoenix's attack power, which is pretty solid. Stygian works really well with some of the Pyre Gel and the general incanting, and has some good defense, though worse defense in a world where Siren Song is a room instead of being a boss debilitating spell. I mean, Siren Song worked on more than just bosses, but still. It definitely deserved to get changed into a room. But anyways, I think those are really like the two choices that I'd want. Lazarus is of course also good. And, you know, there are plenty of other things that would work, but I'm pretty confident we just want Stygian. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay. I think Stygian is definitely going to be the most used allied clan for this. Though again, I could use Banished even more, could use Lazarus even more. And like Under Legion is quite good too. It's just that, as good as Under Legion is, I do think it suffers a little bit in this trial. Because it is... They don't have too many like good offensive options. And so having to split those across multiple runs gets a little wonkier. They just have like a lot of really synergistic cards, but when you are having to break up those synergies, they become a lot less reliable. Anyways, all that aside, for Phoenix... so we've got Overlord, Golden Crown, and Pyromaniac. We definitely want Savagery for Overlord if we can. Because that's the one that gets permanent Slay bonus and the one that is, you know, built around using his ability to murder as many things as possible. Ideally, that's the one that we save Mind Cage for, or Tome of Contracts, or both. Golden Crown would also appreciate those, but is way less of a concern to us. Like, if we only get to use that every 3 turns, fine. It still contributes. It'd be very nice if we get it every turn, but, you know, that matters a lot less. And then Pyromaniac doesn't really care about that. Pyromaniac just mainly wants Magma Cultist, and ideally either, what's the word I'm looking for? Flicker or Titan's Tooth or even like Ice Storm would be okay. But like Magma Cultist definitely wants to go with Pyromaniac. Anyways, as far as Pyres go, again, Overlord wants Savagery. Heart of the Pact is pretty good for like Pyromaniac. Aqua is also okay. I guess we're going to start with Heart of the Pact to see what we get. Ideally, we get Pyromaniac here. Okay. Show me Pyromaniac. No. Okay. Well, Golden Crown it is. Although, didn't really want the offering tokens on this run. Guild Marker it is. What does this hat trick challenge you're doing entail? Yeah, so to explain real quick. So the idea of the hat trick challenge is you pick a champion / clan combo, and then you have to do 3 runs back to back to back. For each of those runs, you have to use a different one of their champion paths, like going all the way to rank 3, no cross pathing. And any cards that are in a winning deck cannot be used in the subsequent runs. So, have to win 3 runs back to back to back and budget cards from your clan combo across all 3 runs. We're also not duplicating, allowing the same pyre to be used across runs. So, that's the challenge. So we definitely want Phoenix up top. We want you... kind of want the Guildmonger in front, but I also want to make sure the Guildmonger dies. Oh, it must be hard with clans that lean on certain commons. Phase Blessing comes to mind. Yes, kind of. I mean, like, yeah, it is definitely harder when you can't take Phase Blessing at all 3 runs. But there's a lot of different ways to solve any given problem. And there's not really... Like, yes, there's some good, just like standard solid cards. Like, for instance, Offering Token is pretty universally pickable. But it's certainly not necessary. Nor is Phase Blessing or a bunch of other things. Like, there's lots of different ways to make a winning deck with any clan combo. Okay, so let's set up. Let's kill the backliner so we can't heal. Alright, I'm going to do this so I can use his ability right now on cooldown. Is it a bit greedy? Yeah, absolutely. Still doing it. Oh, I forgot that I had to do that in a different order because you don't have enough Pyrogel right now. Bit of a mistake. That's fine. And I would have loved to have saved those lava flows for the boss. Unfortunately, the Titan skin does really annoy us at this moment, but fine. Yeah, I definitely should have done that properly last turn, so I could have done that. Definitely a lot of ways to solve problems in this game. Imagining this would suck in Monster Train 1 where build options were a lot narrower. I disagree with the premise that build options were particularly narrow in Monster Train 1. Like, I did this challenge in Monster Train 1 as well multiple times. And, like, I've done a lot of things in Monster Train 1. But, like, there's lots of ways to win in Monster Train 1 as well. Especially with the infusions, there's a lot of different ways that you can construct powerful units and teams. Kind of want to kill the backliner. Unfortunately, you're low enough that you're going to get one shot by Yoriel, so you're not going to waste any of his rage. Which does look like that's the case for every unit for me right now, which is not great. So you've got cooldown 3, so it's actually not going to be off cooldown if I use it right now. Probably should have just not used it on turn 1 to shoot my own dude. I was hoping to get extra uses out of it, but turns out not actually that helpful. I probably need to reset this battle because it doesn't look too great for the whole Yoriel situation. Yeah, that looks pretty bad. Okay, so you take 81, putting you down to 133, something like that. And our pyre effectively will deal 53 to you. I mean, we survived just very badly. I mean, it's fine. We survived. We got our board up to 3. Not great. Admittedly, it's part of my own fault by shooting my own guildmonger. Whatever. We've done it. Here we go. Lava armor is probably the take here. Fireball is also pretty okay for us. I actually might want the Fireball. What are we even coming up to? Merchant of Steel is almost certainly what we're taking. Yeah, the problem is I'm just not particularly strong either way. Let's take the Fireball. I do kind of like the Lava Armor. Honestly, I will take Titan's Gratitude as much as I hate it. And I will loot this just so we can get the artifact. Sure, sounds great. Extra stats are wonderful. Big fan. Okay. Interesting set of options. Fuck. Well, that is not what we wanted to see. Because I really badly don't want to use up Magma Cultist here. I will take a second Guildmonger, I guess. Oh, this feels awful. Well, Incant Armor and Dualism, it's yours. It's also really hoping for Endless here. But, alas. Fine. Oh, and the -1 Ember is also not great, but I'm not going to not take it, so here we are. Well, I can't get rid of that ever. Oh, whoops. Well, that's fine. I guess we're doing this. Okay. I certainly don't hate that. The minus Ember is a bit of a pain, but we're doing okay. You do concern me. Good time for the Lava Flow, at least. I guess we'll get rid of the backliner so I have less Scourge cards to deal with. I'm not doing any good job with the Incant Armor. I really should have been using at least the offering tokens there, and I kind of kept forgetting. God, I do want to kill you, but fine. Just like 4 damage at this point is a good chunk of my remaining health. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, let's try this again. It didn't need much to work. It's basically just I needed to not forget to be incanting on top floor. That's basically all I needed to do differently. Because every one of those is worth 4 extra damage for me, which is pretty notable. I also probably should have actually had you on bottom floor with the Guildmonger. I'd considered that, and then I didn't actually do it. Oh, whoops. I forgot. We actually want to use Phoenix's ability there. We need to get that sweet, delicious horde. I guess we're doing that. Unfortunately, I can't use you here. Well, we'll just build up a little bit of armor and try and see how this goes. Yeah, that's gonna get me killed. Let's try one more time. I know I'm being really fiddly here because I had such a bad first battle. I am confident I can do it. There's also... I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so this way I killed both of those guys, which is helpful. Well, it would have been nice to have gotten a steward here. But alas, we didn't. Yeah, again, I'm not really in much better shape than I was. Really wanted to get those Spear Stewards out earlier as part of the issue. There we go. I knew that I just needed a very small amount. And this way the Guildmonger dies and we get extra work. I'm still in awful shape. Oh my god, it's a terrible start for me. Yeah, I mean, we'll take the Golden Touch, even though I'm giving myself another Calcified Ember. I mean, we've already got the offering tokens. We'll take another offering token, even though the Flash Freeze I actually probably should have taken, and I didn't think about it till too late. Sharpened Teeth is pretty nice here. We're taking Hidden Coffers, though, because we're taking Hidden Coffers. That's just the law of the land. Now, what are we doing? It's Knockback Archeon, which is legitimately bad for me. Okay. That's concerning. So I might need to go to the left here, bare minimum, to heal. Don't know what I get at the Merchant of Arms that saves me. Honestly, like, Steward's Quarters would help. Merchant of Steel, I could maybe get like Titan Sentry with like Endless, which would help. But I don't know that that's enough. I'm going to go here, I guess, and see what we're offered. Bloodthirsty Blade is good. It's not really what I wanted to use right now, but it is an option. I have no rare cards. Fine. I'll take that for now. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on champions. Alright, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I could take Bloodthirsty Blade. I really don't want to take Bloodthirsty Blade right now, but mostly it's not that big a deal. I will take the weapons cache. I will take Steward's Quarters. Alright, fine. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to manage all this, but we'll see what we can do. It being knockback is pretty bad for me. I mean, to be fair, any of the options would have been pretty bad, but like knockback feels particularly bad. Oh, I didn't mean to be on bottom or mid floor. Well, I guess we do that for now. My guys are very beefy and powerful. Unfortunately, they just have no defense as well. Well, we'll build up some armor, I guess. I don't really want to get sapped to death. Well, we'll leave that. I mean, we're doing okay. Like, and then the banana goes extinct already. Fuck. Not what we wanted, for sure. Well, let's build up a little bit of armor and then cry. Unfortunately, the weapons cache does not do a lot of work for me right now. Okay, well, Phoenix ended up in the right spot, so that's something. I don't really want to get sapped a ton, so I guess we're just doing that. And that. Can we manage this is the real question. Certainly doesn't feel like it. No, why'd you discard that one, you piece of shit? He doesn't have that much health to go. Well, don't need the weapons cache. Anyways, we got there. It's real rough, but we got there. We even got to 6 Horde along the way. Oh. Oh, man. I do kind of want Devilish Details, admittedly. Frostpiercer is kind of cute, but not really what we need. I lean towards the Smelted Treasure because, boy, is my defense bad. The problem is everything is bad. My offense is bad. My defense is bad. Every piece of me is bad. I don't know how to fix that yet. I think we probably want Smelted Treasure out of this, but Devilish Details is sort of interesting in a world where I already have hidden coffers. Alright, take Smelted Treasure. We're taking Hothead. We're taking Capacity. And we're looting this. I do like the Shale Shell. I also like the Flaming Talons. And I think we're taking the Flaming Talons. Yeah, I guess I'll take Token of a Traitor. Yeah, give me that sweet, sweet Cavendish. My deck is already just such a goddamn mess. Okay, so there are some things I want to do over here, but I also really want to look for... We're going to go here, because I want to take a shot at getting the other Horde extension. I will take Founding Seal. I would take Jackstrips, but I'm not going to. I should have taken Jackstrips. Hellheart is not bad. Dante's Footstool would basically just grab weapons cache for us, which then would grab the Bloodthirsty Blade for us. Which I guess I'll do. I don't know, I kind of wanted Hellheart, but this is fine. I'm not taking the Red Crown. Okay. Is my deck a mess? Yes, undeniably. It is less a mess than it was, but it is still a mess. Okay. We are going to set up like this. You're going to get that. The Steward's Quarters doesn't super matter for us now. But we're still going to try to utilize it to soften up enemies, I guess. Yeah, I don't totally want to be killing things before the Bloodthirsty Blade has a shot at them, but on the other hand, like, this is doing some good work for us. Honestly, might just want to pivot to using the Stewards or the Steward Quarters. It is legitimately an option for us. Oh yeah, I forgot that I am not using his ability yet. Well, definitely should have done that before. Also, turns out, should have had you on mid-floor. Yeah, I do feel like I should replay this battle where we're not wasting the Bloodthirsty Blade. But hey, here we are. Legitimately, I should have had this on mid-floor and these guys on top floor is what I should have done. Okay. Yeah, no surprise. That's not gonna work. Alright, let's do this in a different and more correct way. I mean, I'm still in bad shape. Let's be very clear about this. But we'll be in less bad shape. Okay. Yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait and use Phoenix's ability now. Yeah, I don't really want to use a Smelted Treasure, but I do also want to survive and win. So, I guess we're going to do that. Unfortunately, didn't actually get any kills with the Bloodthirsty Blade, and that was perhaps a mistake to even have used the things. Oh well. Yeah, my deck is a mess. I'll be the first to say it. Yes, thank you for cooperating with my spells. Specifically, Token of a Traitor. Yeah, well, at least we can give you that and sacrifice you. Build up a tiny bit of stuff. Not doing so great on the whole building up horde or generally not being a terrible deck situation. We don't want to have to use the Smelted Treasure. Yeah, okay. Don't love it, but I do need to win battles. And currently that's a big fucking ask for how bad my deck is. Pay to win, so much hate. Yeah. Yeah, that's something. Oh my god, my deck sucks. We are doing things to make it better, but like it's not good. We're gonna not take the Make It Rain. I feel like I should probably take the Soul Smelter. Or Devilish Details. I'll take the Soul Smelter, even though it gives me more garbage. Frenzied Swarm is good. I think I'm not going to take it here, though. Oh, and we are against Savagery, which is maybe fine by the time we get there. I actually should have probably waited. I should go here, probably. We're going to go here. Interesting set of options. Honestly, I'll take Fight Club. Oh my god, my deck sucks. Feels bad, but I'm just gonna get rid of 2 of these. I'll take that for the future. Interesting. I will take that, even though there's not many whelps for me to hit at this point. But here we are. Okay, we're gonna play you here, actually. And we're gonna leave the other Guildmonger unplayed because we want the chump to absorb all the corruption. Oh, and I forgot to use Phoenix's ability first. Oh well. So be it. And yes, I am denying the Bloodthirsty Blade kills, which is a problem, but we're doing what we can. Go forth and slay, my dude. Yep, no problems, but hey. But hey. Also not doing a very good job of building up armor, which I badly need to do. Okay, yep, there goes a lot of my power with those guys dying. Again, legitimately, I should probably pivot to just using the stewards. They are what we in the biz call actually pretty good for me. Maybe I should have done that in a different order, but that's fine. Goodbye, some of my hard-earned cash. I do think I probably need you. Well, you with a little bit of fire gel. I'm doing at least a little bit better job of building up armor than before. So that's something. Okay, and at least the abilities are all active this turn. Okay, there we go. And Phoenix is still alive, so we get this Soul Smelter. Oh, God. Ta-da! And we get a 10 horde. Ooh, man. I'll take another smelted treasure. I'll skip these. We'll loot that. I do want the shell. I do want this, especially in case Cavendish dies, which is entirely possible. I will take Emote Tome. Not the one I wanted, but I don't dislike it. I still have not upgraded you at all. I would like to go here for a variety of reasons, but I think upgrading you is a pretty decent idea. Upgrading your attack is not the worst. But what I really wanted was Smidgestone and or Multi-Strike. We're gonna give you Incant Armor. Endless I would love to do on a Whelp. It's such a whiplash from the last run. Yeah, it is. That's how it goes sometimes, though, and what makes this challenge interesting. Hey, guess what? We have another Hothead. Okay. Whatever. We'll get rid of some things. Oh, and I guess I'll give you some HP. It's not a hefty cost for being vaguely decent. But here we are. Here we are. Okay, so that goes there. You go there. You now sit in front of Phoenix. And so you get that one. You get that. I guess that goes there, and then you'll just go there to distract him for a little bit. Okay. Already forgot that I have Emote Tome, which is fine. Not exactly relevant at the moment, but good to know. Okay, the Emote Tome is going to do some solid work for us, at least. Oh, hey, look. And then we can explode a bunch of dudes. He does take a bunch of damage in front. Oh, well. That's fine-ish. I was hoping it wouldn't kill him. But that's fine. We get the kill. And then I guess we're going to do that there and do a fair bit of damage to you. And at least Kale is constantly gaining higher gel. Just from going up and down the various things. Since we have Flaming Talons, that is. I guess we play that out. Maybe wrong. We'll see what happens. I am at least building up armor on, like, 3 dudes now. It is a huge increase to our combat potential. I suppose I should have done those in a different order, maybe, but it's fine. We're doing okay. And we're at a point where we're getting essentially 10 horde every fight, which is not bad. Okay, we'll just play that out so I don't have to take the damage, because I am low-ish on health. We've started to stabilize. we're starting to do okay. And I don't really need to worry about the Golden Touch. Like, we're getting enough soul already that things are going to be okay. There's one wave remaining. I think we're just going to play that out. I could have done Smelted Treasure. And again, we are getting more golds just because we're cashing out the Horde every fight, and Phoenix has his ability, which now gives gold whenever we use it. But we still want to avoid spending it if we can. Okay. Well, unfortunately, the one with the Bloodthirsty Blade didn't get the kill, but that's okay. We're alive. It really wants us to have Smelted Treasure. Honestly, probably worth taking a third one. You know what? We'll take a third one. I do want the Ember now, especially in a world where we have Emotome. I will take Hellflare Bellows. I will take Shale Shell. I will take Tethys' Scales, especially because for whatever weird, ungodly reason, Spell Weakness affects unit abilities. I know why it does, but it, game-wise, should not work that way. Okay, and so you guys have gotten full upgrades. I could still upgrade, like, the Stewards if I wanted. I think we're just going here, removing, healing, yada yada yada, who knows. Okay. And so I do have 9 Deployment Ember now. I could merge Void Armament and Bloodthirsty Blade. I don't think I want to do that. We're also already using up a lot of good things. I might want to do the Fight Club. I'm using up a lot of rooms and good stuff. Oh well. I also don't have a particularly strong Bloodthirsty Blade, but needs must and all that. Alright, it's time to get rid of the Spear Stewards. They've reached a point where they are not really helping. That's not great for us. Okay, maybe we can make it work, though. I just really don't want to be in a position... Yeah, we're just not going to be able to play out quite everything here, but that's fine. But yeah, I just don't want to be in a position where we're not getting... where we have to deal with all the Scourges coming in, essentially. Okay, so you guys are still going to be a problem, probably. Oh, I forgot that Token of Traitor just absolutely dunks on you. Always forget that. For some reason, I think it doesn't work like that. I think it's mostly just because I have trauma from the fact that their spell shields block unit abilities. You're not quite dead. But you're most of the way there, and you should just kind of naturally die to everything else that's happening. Well, we can also just do that and ensure we get the kill. I'm going to... I guess use the Smelted Treasure. I don't know if that's necessary, just now that I build up a way more power than before. but it still seemed vaguely important to do. May as well kill that guy so he can't give us corruption. Okay, so 2 more waves, so you will be back off cooldown if I use you now. So we'll do that. Okay, so we're not killing you, but that's fine. We don't need to kill you, kind of. Also, I do have Savagery later, which I know I mentioned before, but is still a concern. It is still fairly relevant. You're dead. And now you're dead. I will say the Pyro Gel's doing a decent chunk of work for us. I mean, I'm not... Oh god, now that's extinct. But this is partly why we prepared in other ways. Okay, and you're dead as is. I guess we do that. Again, sadly, not doing a whole great job with the Bloodthirsty Blade, but... we're doing okay with what we got. Well, we're skipping those. Spike the Stygian's kind of cute, but we're skipping that. We'll definitely loot this. I guess we take that. I will take the Taskmaster's Lash. Shadow Sheath is interesting, but I think it's mostly just gonna fuck things up. Does give us damage scaling though, which I kind of badly need. But mostly it's just gonna get Phoenix killed, I think. Maybe fine? The Ancient Pyre Tap is also pretty good for us. I'll just take the Ancient Pyre Tap, I guess, and see what we can do. Alright, this is not very impressive. We're going here, though. Firestone Housing might be a good pickup for us. Yeah, I will take that. I guess we'll take a loss of luggage. Sure, fine. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but so be it. So you get Multi-Strike. You get more Incant Armor. I guess I'll do this. I don't know. Who cares? God, I am using up just a weird mishmash of things. I mean, I could probably... like, I don't really need the Steward's Quarters now. Maybe... yeah. Feels a little cheesy to remove it, but it mostly doesn't do anything. Neither does the Pyreball. Do I want to get rid of the Pyreball? I do want to get rid of the Pyreball. Because at this point, honestly, I'd rather just play the fire starters to get the extra Pyre Gel. And we are going to dupe the Bloodthirsty Blade, which is not that exciting, but it's what we've got. You get extra attack, why not? And then we're gonna purge some things because we can. I don't need the Golden Touch. Does nothing for me. And I still have one Frozen Lance, which we're gonna get rid of. Yeah, this is our deck. Let's see what we can do. Why not Large Stones Mage Hothead, though? Great question. I just spaced out that that was an option. Because I looked at doing other things and I forgot that that one was still viable. But yeah, 100%. I was just concerned with too many other things going on. And, yeah, that's why. I mean, the extra attack is still helpful. But yes, you are correct that I would have preferred the other option. Yeah, fine, I'll pay the 1 HP for that. Already kind of forgot that I had that. Cat, please lay down. Okay, it is nice to know that I can just get kills. And I do want to use that for the extra gold to power the smelted treasure and stuff, if for no other reason. Well, that did a lot of damage. Trying to avoid using the smelted treasure as much as I can. I will almost certainly have to start using it, but I kind of forgot that I wanted to save gold to power the smelted treasure, and turns out maybe that is somewhat of a concern. There we go. I was pretty sure I could kill you if I just tried. Either way, at least we generate tons of armor on our front, dude, since we're getting 8 armor per cast now, which is turns out pretty good. Not quite killing you. That's probably fine. I'm still sad that we didn't get the other Horde extension to reach Horde 13. But we definitely could have, but alas. Yes, explode them all. Light them up. I do feel a little bad that I have so many smelted treasures that I am not using at all. Okay, well, here we are. And we're gonna do that just to catch you, since that does kill you as well. Ooh, boy. Let's do that. Yes, technically I could play more even if I run out of Ember, but I don't need to. Okay, so we're gonna hit you first and put a bunch of Pyrogel on things, and then we're going to explode a bunch of things. And then we let Token of a Traitor do its work. Token of a Traitor, turns out, actually been doing some pretty solid work for us since we are applying, not like a crazy amount of Pyrogel, but like a pretty solid amount of Pyrogel. And you need to die still, but that's not a big deal. Especially because we're going into Relentless, and so as long as we can win Relentless, it doesn't matter. Which turns out, as long as we wipe all of your minions, we pretty easily win. Because the only reason we were in any danger of losing was because of the sweep dudes. But as long as we love the sweep dudes, we're good, because then our guys who still have melee weakness and not a lot of armor are not in danger of taking any damage. And then we loot that. We take that because it's the only one remaining. Not helpful. Take a Wanderer's Talisman, I guess. I was gonna be mad if the other Horde extension showed up right then. But alas, here we are. Let's see if we can beat the Titans. I think we can. But it's been a struggle getting here. And I did use up a number of powerful things. I didn't use up a lot of things I was hoping to avoid, but I did use up some useful tools. I'm so surprised that this run has got to Titans at all. Are Relics Abandoned Hat-Trick? No. That would just be too much and not particularly fun or interesting. Oh, whoops, I did that in the wrong order. I was like, why am I not drawing my other Bloodthirsty Blade? It's because I wasn't supposed to play Fight Club yet. Like, for the next round? Yeah, no. Relics are not part of it. Well, these are almost the same. Sure, we'll just play that out there and pay the 1 life. Okay, and then there's all this shit. But I at least don't need to worry about the gold anymore. And so we do that, and we do that, and we do that, and we do that, and you have a bunch of Pyrogel on you now. Yeah, so we want to use one of these. So we'll use that one. Because as long as I'm staggering them, they will each come off cooldown, you know, every other turn. And so we can use one of them every turn cleanly. That said, we will use this now, because I don't need to hold on to the gold anymore. And just ensuring that I can survive as long as possible. Could also use it on the mid-floor dudes to absorb some more of the higher damage, but also, who cares? That doesn't really matter in the slightest. I still might do it, but it doesn't really matter. I don't actually need the Smelted Treasure at this point. Okay. We should kill the minion pretty fast thanks to Emotome being able to dupe the Pyrolite. And I'm generating enough Pyrogel that I think will be okay. Alright. You know what? Let's use some extra HP. Why not? It does extra damage thanks to the Token of the Traitor. We also generate extra armor. Also, I have enough HP. We'll be fine. Okay, so first off, we hit you. remember to do this before we give our dude sap, and everything's fine. Okay, so still gotta wait a bit on Savagery, but he does have a lot of Pyrogel. Okay, you guys are jerks, but that's fine. I was hoping that Token of a Traitor would hit Savagery. It's the only reason I'm casting these on this floor, because it just doesn't actually matter. There we go. Okay, so Entropy and Savagery are down. We just need the minion to go down, which will happen as soon as we just do Pyrolite 1. And for my own amusement, we're doing this. And then Pyrolite 2. And there we go! It was a clusterfuck of a run for most of the way, but we got there. Which, again, is part of what I like about deck builders, and particularly about this challenge, is, you know, I think it's really fun to, over the course of a run, be able to solve the problems of your deck. To watch it go from a pile of misery and despair and become something reasonably powerful and fun. So I felt this was a good example of that, because like we really struggled early game, and even as I got the things that eventually became my win conditions, at the time I picked them up, they were not that helpful for me. And so it took a lot to get the deck to where we needed it to be. I will say, getting Token of a Traitor, surprisingly solid pick for us. It did end up doing a lot. Also, this Guildmonger, not the unit that I wanted to make into my frontliner, but that's what we got. Like, we were offered Guildmonger and Magma Cultist, and I really didn't want to take a Magma Cultist, so that's what we did. Anyways, it worked. Okay, that said, let's record everything on the tracker. Okay, give me a moment to clear stuff off, because I need to do that from when we played Talos. Why is that not working? Okay. Okay, so we had Golden Crown, and we used what? Heart of the Pact. And then, I should say Pact, I guess. And then units, we used Guildmonger, the true hero. I mean, he was very useful for us. Definitely not a unit I hold in particularly high regard, but he did work for us. And then there was Hothead, who was quite useful. It's a good unit. A unit I think people overrate a bit, but very solid unit. And then I think those are our only units, so moving on. We didn't have all that many spells. Lava Flow. We had a couple that we removed near the end because they just were not doing anything. Losing Offering Token hurts, but that's fine. We were going to use on one of the runs. It was just a matter of which one. Turns out it is maybe the closest to 100% pick rate card in the game. I mean, I have no idea what the actual stats are for, like, at the dev seat, but it's a incredibly versatile, useful, just, it's a very helpful card in basically every deck. There's almost no reason not to take it. It's just if it's competing against something that's more important, and there's not too many things in the Stygian common pool that are really that much more important than it. I think that was all the cards, or all the spells. For rooms, we had Fight Club, and I think that's it, because we got rid of Steward's Quarters, which I feel a little bit bad about getting rid of it right before the end of the run, but whatever. So be it. Oh, and then we had weapons cache. And then we had Bloodthirsty Blade, which does suck to lose, but it's fine. We at least didn't use up Mind Cage. And we had Soul Smelter. Okay, and that's what we got for the moment. Also, we're going to move that over a little bit. Now that we don't have things that are quite as large. Okay. Oh, that's why that is weird. There we go. All right. So, it's 2:07. I guess we'll do one more. It's kind of late to be starting another one, but we'll start another one, I guess. And just see how that goes. Okay. So, for now is the awkward part. Because we don't know which path we're going to get next. And for Overlord, we badly want Savagery. And if it's not Overlord, then Herzl's Horde and Bogworm are the ones we want. We probably want Herzl's Horde because for Pyromaniac, the ideal companion is Magma Cultists. And the Magma Cultists aren't actually heavy in capacity, but they are 2 cost. And so Herzl's Horde just giving us a bunch of Ember is very useful. We're going to take Herzl's, and we're going to hope that it's Pyromaniac. We're especially now hoping it's Pyromaniac. Fuck. God damn it. Well, it's not like we needed Savagery for this. It's just so much better if we could. Should have known. Yep. Alright, so here's the moment where we need to make decisions. So, like, Token of a Traitor is pretty decent with the Pyrodrome. On the other hand, I also kind of want to leave enemies alive for Phoenix to shoot. I'm going to greedily not take it, and I think maybe for once I am going to take Wing Clippings for use with, like, the Tire Cask. Even though it's a card that or an artifact that I essentially never take. Anyways, yeah, this is our life now. It's not great. Also, I really need to get rid of the Magma Cultists because we are not taking them now. Do I actually want Phoenix in front? I think I actually do. The problem is that everything is awful. This would be a lot better once I can get to a merchant of... I guess I'm taking 2 damage either way here. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, anyways, we really want to get to a Merchant of Steel, is the main thing. I guess we'll do that. I don't know. Well, I definitely want to save one of these for next turn. Yeah, sadly, not gonna hold a ton of kills with Phoenix. No great surprise. Alright, time to take some pyre damage. Oh well. Oh well. Here we are. And then, yeah, you survive, but you also have a bunch of pyre gel on you and are shortly bound to die. Anyways, we got a handful of kills with Phoenix. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know. Lava Armor's okay. Alchemy is fine. Pyreball is okay. I don't really want to take Pyreball here, though. Maybe the Lava Armor gives a bit more survivability, among other things. I'll take it, I guess. Maybe one of the Crypt Builder. Never mind. I was thinking that this was the run where we had the Offering Token. Definitely isn't. We just did that. And so we can't take the Titan's Gratitude or the Offering Token. Would happily take the Offering Token if we could. So the question is, do I want Crypt Builder? And I think the answer is no. I mean, it's okay. And like in a world where I can do -2 and consume to it, it's pretty okay. Honestly, I'll take it, I guess. I don't know. So, herein is the realm of problems. I would like to get Incant Armor, but I don't want a Magma Cultist. I can't take Guildmonger if it shows up. Greed Dragon wouldn't fit on the same floor as Phoenix. Zealot I would take, but is unlikely to show. Goldtooth, same, unlikely to show. Magma Mauler would be okay. Not a particularly impressive pickup for us, but okay overall. And I can't take Hothead. And so the amount of things I could hit on a Pyreborn banner are pretty low for our current needs. And so I think we need to go here, but it's also possible for me to low roll in bad ways. So what are we gonna get? I just wanted like Guardian of the Unnamed or Titan Sentry were the main things. I mean, I'll take you, I guess. I guess we'll do that. Not as helpful as I would desire. I guess we'll do that. I guess. I don't know. Oh, really didn't get what I wanted. Well, I guess we're going to do this. Okay. So one of you is going to freeze that there Spirit Steward. We're going to kill that. You're going to do that. And here we are. Alright, well, we'll just reduce how much damage is incoming, I guess. Maybe should have Phoenix on a higher floor, but hey. Alright, well, here we are. ain't great. Probably because you die instantly before you can put any frostbite on the boss, which would have been rather helpful. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't... It would have been nice to have, like, any spell there. Anyways, we have the kill at least. Could be worse. Again, not doing particularly, like, great currently, but that's fine. We've got plenty of time to turn it around. Do I want a snotty whelp? These are the questions I ask myself each and every day. Great question. I kind of want to take it in the hopes that we see attuned manacles and use as a cooldown reduction option. I'm going to take it. I don't know. Maybe it works out. Maybe it doesn't. Flash freeze is maybe okay helpful for me in this world. I am going to skip, though. And I can't take the offering token, and we already have Cuddle Hex, and I don't need it. We're gonna go here, I guess. And we're gonna hope for, like, Mind Cage or Meat Shield. Frost Piercer is sort of interesting. We're gonna take many lives. Unfortunately, this is knockback Archaon, I believe. But the reanimate is what I care about at the moment. Yeah. I will take Meat Shield for the moment. Also, I really wanted Hall of Mirrors with Talos, by the way. And it never happened. No, not do that, I guess. I really want Mind Cage. That's what we came here for. And in a world where we weren't doing Hat Trick, I also would have been happy with other things, namely, the words will come to me eventually, I promise. Namely, Bloodthirsty Blade. But again, we knew we weren't gonna do Bloodthirsty Blade, so. Okay. We'll use that to heal him back up a little bit. And we may as well freeze both of these. At least after this, we get Explosive on Phoenix's ability. And that is hugely helpful to our needs. It's a little bit of a waste to use your ability here, but I really do just want you to get extra slays when we can. Okay, that was preserved. I don't hate that. And we get Pyrogel on him as we're able. He does have a little bit of Frostbite on him, so all the Pyrogel is going to proc additional time each turn. Okay, you can have that. I don't really want to sap Phoenix too much, so we're just going to suck it up a little bit. Unfortunately, you do get knocked back, which I didn't really want. But again, at least Phoenix has the meat shield, so he ends up healing back to full. Yeah, I mean, I could prevent taking some damage here. I also get Phoenix a kill if I hit one more time. Maybe I should. I guess I'll do that. I probably should have just hit here, and by probably, I mean, I should have. At least you're taking a decent amount each turn. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. You're not dying. Oh well. And then we get some damage on you. You do have 60 Pyrogel now, which is pretty nice. Take a little bit more damage from you. You're a jerk. Okay, we have the kill. Like, Phoenix is dying. We knew that was likely going to happen, but we're doing okay. We're feeding some kills to Phoenix. We did what we needed to do. I am not taking Death Roar. I don't think I'm taking Soldier of Fortune, though it's a maybe. And we're not taking Ice Empire. If we weren't up against Savagery, I mean, even then, Ice Empire is okay. Maybe I do want Ice Empire. To help escape, catch enemies that escape. I mean, ideally, nothing is escaping. But, you know, that's not always going to be the case. I don't know. Kind of wish that it had Permafrost. Obviously, I could give it Permafrost. I'll take it, I guess. I don't know. I will take Guard of the Unnamed, even though everything feels clumsy and awful. I'm going to take the extra Ember. I do really want other things, but that's what we've got. Now, I do kind of want to go for the Merchant of Trinkets. Particularly looking for like attuned manacles, but we are gonna go here, I guess. God, should I take Siren of the Sea? I should probably take Siren of the Sea instead of Guard of the Unnamed. Yeah, I probably should. Still would really like to give you better cooldown, my dude. Sure, we'll do that. Though it's not totally enough. I need more capacity if I want to put you down, but maybe I'm okay with that. I'm gonna leave it for now, I guess. I don't know. My deck is a mess, but we're working on it. We're working on it. Okay, so you go there. I need to get rid of so many things. Okay. Honestly, I'd rather leave that capacity open for the Cuddle Hexes. point in case. Alright, so you're dead, so you don't instantly die as well. Unfortunately, we don't get the kill on you, but we're working on it. Yep, that's not good. Perhaps should have saved Phoenix's ability for later in the fight. I kind of wasn't paying attention to the fact that I did the multi-strike trial. It turns out that does make the enemies fairly dangerous. Okay, well, I still take a hefty beating. Also, I'm not killing you because I can't get through the Titan skin. But at least there, we kill everything. Yeah. Probably needed to not be set up as we are. Okay, well, this happens. Yeah, gonna need to retry this. Because we badly need the Siren to stay alive, basically. Yeah, cause, like, I can do this, but what good does that do me? Yeah, anyways, let's not die there. I mean, it's still a good chance that we're going to die now or soon. The multi-strike trial in particular is pretty rough for me since I don't have very good, well, anything. We're going to set up like this and give myself a little bit more time to get rolling. Even if it means making you more difficult. Oh, whoops, I once again kind of meant to leave that capacity open. Oh well. Well, I guess we do like that, although we were depriving Phoenix of kills, but, like, what are we gonna do, really? Unfortunately, not killing you. Yeah, I mean, all that's bad. All that is not good. Yeah, I probably just want to do the meat shield there. And then he dies. I thought he was going to survive it once, but no, he just barely died. Well, we play you out. You're not particularly helpful for us at the moment. But you do get Pyro Gel at least, so that's something. But, and yeah, it turns out Ice and Fire not doing a whole lot for me yet. No great surprise. It would certainly be better if I had left myself capacity open for the Cuddle Hexes. I'm not doing so great here. Yeah, I don't know if it's possible for me to get past Thorin at this rate. I may have sabotaged myself. It seems highly plausible. let's try it a couple different ways. Alright. Probably should have just killed the backliner with my targeted spell on that turn. That would have been useful, now wouldn't it? But I wanted to leave Phoenix's ability open for here so I can explode all these guys, because that seems like the right thing to do. Although technically I should hit you first and then do that. Yes, hi cat. I know. You're in the way. Okay. Okay, she's at least alive for the time being. Not particularly impressively, because my deck is not very good at incanting right now, and unfortunately I am relying on that to a non-small degree. Yeah, I don't know why I played you there, but I did. We'll at least freeze that so I don't have to draw it next. Okay, so there are at least a lot less enemies than before. All the good that actually does me. Yeah, the problem is that means very little. Because I have bad defense and not very good offense. Turns out that is not a particularly winning combination. At least you got a little bit of frostbite on you, so it procs the Pyre Gel repeatedly. Alright, we'll just die, that's fine. Yeah. Alright, no surprise. I knew that I had a rough start and was putting myself in a bad position. I mean, again, if I weren't doing hat trick, I could have made that deck way better than it was. Alas, we didn't. And that's fine. So, didn't make it with Phoenix. We'll just have to start over next time. But, that's okay. We at least finished off Talos today. We'll pick up Phoenix next time. Or maybe not Phoenix. We could also do somebody else like Triard Dune again. I'm a little sad to lose with Phoenix there. Because, again, it was sort of impressive that we were able to do the Golden Crown one for how bad that started. But it was a real bad start for Overlord. At least with the restrictions that I had on myself. Because like being able to take the offering tokens would have put me in a lot better position. And not being afraid to use the Magma Cultist also would have helped a ton. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. But anyways, we will stop there for the night, which also means that that's it for me for both the night and the weekend. I'll be back on Monday. We'll play more. We still got a lot of hat trick to go. Hope you guys are having fun with it. I think it's fun. But we still have 9 more champions to do, so about halfway. Yeah, I know, Kat. You desperately want my attention. Alright, anyways, rambling aside, have a nice weekend, everyone. I will see you back on Monday. Hope you're ready for more hat trick then. See you later.